Whenever it comes to success in business, the best place to start is by committing yourself to not complaining. Of course, it is perfectly fine to raise concerns, to question dubious choices, and to remain thoughtful and analytical at all times. However, needless and persistent complaining generally accomplishes nothing positive. To the contrary, it drags you down, reflects poorly on you, and can transform otherwise productive coworkers into cynical, whining, unproductive coworkers. In short, focus on solving problems, not complaining that they cannot be solved. One of the things that prevents many people from achieving the best possible outcome is complacency. Once they begin to do well at something in business, be it advertising, inspiring employees, or something else, they take a miniature mental vacation. That is, instead of ratcheting things up further, they let things play out and contribute nothing additional. The usual end result of this is generally not positive. So, instead of being complacent, push hard to reach your full potential at every turn. Of course, some shortcuts are a good thing. If you can find a way to go from point A to point B in half of the time and there is no downside to the new route, then you should of course take it. But in many instances in business, we do face trade-offs. For instance, we might be able to cut costs by not giving employees a raise, but as a result, they might become disgruntled and intentionally shirk their duties. So, in general, limit your use of shortcuts. But if you see one that's good and doesn't appear to have a downside, then seize it, but do it sparingly.
People have different learning styles. Some learn all the time, and find ways to incorporate that learning into their lives as they go. These people are continuous learners. On the other hand, most of us learn in discrete chunks. For instance, we might find out how to use a new software program, but immediately after doing so, we will cease to learn anything new about it until it is absolutely necessary. In general, those who learn in discrete chunks often find themselves at a serious disadvantage, as they often neglect to learn many important new things about products, people, and tools they interact with on a daily basis. So try to be a continuous learner. It may be difficult, but you'll be happy you made the switch.
Some people serially plan their lives. For each minute of the day, they have something scheduled. Like clockwork, their days play out with very few unforeseen events. Initially, you might think this sounds boring and inspiring, but in business, it is the status quo among those who are most successful. And remember, even if you don't opt to use your plan, at least you will have the option to do so. It's impossible to go throughout a career without hitting a number of bumps in the road. No matter how hard you try, no matter how thoughtful you are bound to hit snags in the road. And when you do hit those snags, your reaction to them will forever influence your capacity for success. You can either learn from them, move on, and continue on your career, or you can harp on them for weeks, months, or even years, allowing them to drag you down at every step of the way. No matter how bad your failure was, it's over. All you can do now is work carefully to improve your future prospects.
Most people give up for reasons of convenience. They hit a nasty snag in their career, and they simply cannot find a way to propel themselves forward immediately, so they just give up. Instead of backing off, consulting a colleague, and then heading back to the problem with a refreshed and nuanced perspective, they give up before they give the scenario the chance to play out. As a result, they deny themselves the opportunity to fight back and succeed.
One common trait among those who are successful is that they listen and understand others. Instead of seeing everyone around them as inferior fools with nothing to contribute, they understand that most good ideas come from other people, not from them. If you want to be successful too, you should follow this practice carefully in your daily business relations. One of the most common traits among those who are successful in business is patience. Those who don't have patience always find themselves trapped in the plans of those who do have it. So, do yourself a favor, and cultivate patience. Be the trapper, not the trapped. In some cases, you will find that the deck is stacked against you and your plans. You will simply have to settle with the best you can get. But in most situations, this simply isn't the case. So don't find reasons to settle when you don't have to. Instead, push hard and persistently for the best you can get.
Visit our site for more content like this.